I was working a regular night shift at the 911 call center. The report was about a boy trapped inside a wardrobe. The voice on the call wasn't panicked. It was calm to calm. But what happened after the call, I couldn't explain. I'm a 911 emergency dispatcher. I work the night shift from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. You hear a lot of calls here that carry pain, fear, and an oddness that isn't easily explained. Usually, there's a reason behind it, or no matter how dark or depressing. But this time, this didn't fit anything I knew. It haunted me for a full week, and I can't shake it. I need to get it off my chest. I've changed a few small details for privacy's sake, but the heart of the story, the part that keeps me up even after I get home's all here. It was Tuesday night, or technically early Wednesday morning, around 2:30 a.m., the witching hour, as some call it. For us, it's usually the quiet before the post-bar closing storm, or the time when the really desperate calls come in. The call center felt stuffy, full of the stale smell of lukewarm coffee and the hum of too many electronics. The auto-routing screen glowed green total calm. I was tracing the condensation ring left by my water bottle on the desk, trying to stay alert. Then a call dropped into my queue. A standard ring. I clicked to answer. 911, what's your emergency? My usual opener, my voice calm, practiced. Silence on the other end for a moment, just shaky, shallow breathing. Then a woman's voice, nervous, trembling. I don't know if this is an emergency. I think I'm losing my mind. A familiar start, especially at this hour. Loneliness, paranoia, sometimes undiagnosed mental health issues. All right, ma'am, can you tell me what's going on? And I'll still need your address to know where you are. Yes, of course. It's 1427 Hawthorne Street. Her voice was delicate. My name is, well, that doesn't matter now, does it? I keyed in the address. It came up clean, residential. Okay, 1427 Hawthorne Street. Got it. Tell me what's happening. There's someone inside my closet. My mind started moving fast. Possible home invasion, or, more commonly, hallucination. Someone inside your closet. Are you sure? Have you seen them? No, I didn't. I haven't seen them. I just heard. She took a shaky breath. It started about an hour ago. Knocking sounds. From inside my bedroom closet. Knocking. I asked calmly. Could it be pipes? An animal in the walls? The usual explanations. No, it's not that. It's intentional. Like someone knocking to get out. I thought I was dreaming, or hearing things. You know, old house noises. But it kept going. Knock, knock, knock. She mimicked the sound, and even through the phone, the rhythm was unsettling. Are you alone in the house, ma'am? Yes, completely alone. My husband, he passed away last year. Her voice cracked a bit at that. I noted it mentally. Grief can do strange things to the mind. My condolences for your loss, ma'am, I said sincerely. This knocking, did you try to check it out? I was too scared at first. I just stayed in bed, pulled the covers over me. But it didn't stop. It kept going until I finally had to get up. I turned on the lights. I went to the closet. Her breathing picked up. I heard the soft rustle of fabric, like she was wringing her hands or clutching at her clothes. And what happened when you approached the closet, ma'am? The knocking stopped as I got close. Then I heard a voice. She lowered her voice to a whisper, a little boy's voice. He said, "Help me." Please, help me. I'm trapped. A chill faint but definite ran down my spine. This was different. A child's voice from inside the closet. Yes, he sounded so scared. He said his dad put him in there and he couldn't get out. Okay, things were escalating. A child's voice claiming he was locked up by his father. This was past old house noises, but the details were odd. A kid suddenly appearing inside a closet. Ma'am, did you open the closet door? Yes, as soon as he said that, I opened it right away. I don't know what I expected, but there was nothing. Her voice cracked between fear and confusion. Just my clothes, shoes on the floor, nothing, and the voice, it stopped. Silence, nothing at all, I clarified. No sign of anyone, nowhere a child could hide. No, the closet isn't deep. You'd see. I pushed the clothes aside. It was empty, I thought. Maybe I imagined it. The stress, being alone. And then what happened? I asked, leaning forward slightly. My other hand hovered near the dispatch button, but I needed more. Something about this didn't feel like a lie. Hoax callers usually had a different energy cokiness or forced panic. This woman sounded genuinely terrified and confused. I was kind of relieved, but still really shaken. I stood there for a minute, trying to catch my breath. Then I closed the closet door. She paused, and I heard a sharp inhale. And the moment the door shut, the knocking came back. Louder this time, and the little boy's voice. Please, don't leave me in here. He'll be mad if he knows I was talking. Her voice broke into sobs. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. Is it a ghost? Am I going crazy? But it sounds so real. I took a slow breath. My skepticism wrestled with a rising unease. The sequence of events was bizarre, but her fear was raw. Okay, ma'am, stay on the line with me. Are you in your bedroom right now? No, I ran. I'm in the living room. I closed the bedroom door, but I can still hear it faintly. The knocking. Is the closet in your master bedroom? Yes, the big one. Oh God, he's talking again. Her voice was low, urgent. He says his dad locked him in there because he was a bad boy. She paused. He says his dad gets really angry and sometimes hurts him. This was the tipping point. Those specific details, an accusation of abuse, whether this was delusion, a ghost, or something else entirely. If there's even a sliver of a chance a child is in danger, we have to act immediately. My fingers flew across the keyboard. I initiated a welfare check potential child endangerment, flagged it as high priority. Ma'am, I'm sending officers to your location now, okay? They'll investigate. I need you to stay on the line with me. They're coming. Oh, thank God. Thank you. Her voice was flooded with relief, but the thread of terror was still there. Now, the boy is crying. He says his dad told him there would be consequences if he made any noise. He says he's scared of the dark. I relayed the added information to responding units. Caller reports hearing a child's voice from inside a closet, claiming the father locked him in and has hurt him. Child reportedly frightened and crying. The dispatcher came back over the radio. Units en route. 86 minutes. 6 minutes can feel like an eternity on a call like this. I tried to keep her talking to keep her grounded. Ma'am, what's your name? It's Eleanor. Eleanor Vance. All right, Eleanor. Officers are on their way. Are you somewhere safe right now? I'm in the living room, like I said. I locked the door. But the voice, It's getting louder, even from here. Or maybe I'm just focusing on it more. She hesitated. He said his dad warned him not to talk to strangers. But then he asked me, "You're helping me, so that means you're not a stranger, right?" The blood in my veins turned cold. The innocence in that voice, paired with the implicit threat, it was deeply unsettling. "Are you talking back to him?" I asked. "No, I just hear him so clearly. I don't know how he's speaking to me from upstairs. It's like he can hear me talking to you. Maybe I shouldn't have come downstairs. Maybe I should go back." "No, Eleanor, stay where you are. You're helping, and we're helping too. Please wait for the officers to arrive." I heard her quiet, fearful breathing. I focused on the system screen, tracking the tiny car icons representing patrol units crawling across the map toward Hawthorne Street. Every tick of the clock in the dispatch center sounded unnaturally loud. "Eleanor," I said, trying to keep my voice steady, "when the officers arrive, they'll knock on the door. Let them know it's you, okay?" Yes, I will." She paused, then added, "The little boy says thank you. He says he hopes they come soon because it's hard to breathe in there. Difficulty breathing." My stomach clenched. That detail was chilling. A closed closet wouldn't have good ventilation. "They're just about there, Eleanor. Just a few more minutes." Unit 214, on scene at 1427 Hawthorne. Came Officer Miller's voice through my earpiece, slightly crackled. "Copy that, 214. Caller is Eleanor Vance, should be expecting you. She's in the living room, reporting hearing a child's voice inside a closet in the master bedroom." I relayed the message to Eleanor. There, Eleanor. There, at your door." Oh, thank God. I heard a soft shifting sound, like she was getting up. Then nothing. For a few seconds, silence. I expected to hear her speaking to the officers, or the sound of a door opening. Instead, Officer Miller's voice came back over the radio, sounding confused. "Dispatch, there's a man at the door. Says he's the homeowner." My brow furrowed. A man asked if Eleanor Vance is there, or if any woman lives at that address. A short pause. "Dispatch, negative. The man says he lives here alone with his son. Confirms there is no Eleanor Vance. No woman resides here at all." A cold feeling, deeper than anything I'd felt all night, spread through me. I looked at the address on my screen again. 1427 Hawthorne Street. Confirmed Eleanor. I said into the phone, "Eleanor, are you there?" The officers say a man answered the door. They're saying there's no woman there. Her voice came back, faint, laced with utter confusion. "What? No, that's not possible. I'm here. This is my home. I'm looking out the living room window. I can see their patrol car, Unit 200. Y 14, I said, voice tight. Caller on the line, insists she is inside the house. Says she can see your car. Things were getting stranger by the second. Dispatch, the man at the door is standing firm. He seems confused, too says. There shouldn't be anyone else here. Miller sounded cautious. He identifies himself as Arthur Collins. Eleanor, I said, can you describe the man at the door? The one the officers are speaking to? No, I can't see him clearly from here. Just his shape. Her voice was shaking violently now. But this is my house. I've lived here for 20 years. My husband, Robert, we bought it together. 214, the caller's name is Eleanor Vance. Says her late husband was Robert. Does the name Vance mean anything to Mr. Collins? I waited, listening to Eleanor's unsteady breathing. Then Miller's reply came. Dispatch, Mr. Collins says he bought the house 3 years ago from a property auction. The previous owner passed away. Name was Robert Vance. My heart was pounding like a hammer in my chest. Property auction. Previous owner deceased. Robert Vance. That means Eleanor Vance. Eleanor, I said quietly. The officer said Mr. Collins bought the house 3 years ago, and you said your husband was Robert. There was a long, drawn-out silence on the other end. Just the sound of her breath, growing faster, more panicked. It sounded like she was hyperventilating. Eleanor, can you hear me? Then, a choked voice. No, that can't be true. Robert, he died last year. Not 3 years ago. I was with him. Her voice drifted between confusion and fear. This is my house. This situation was slipping further out of any familiar script. But the child was still the priority. Unit 214, I said, trying to control the rising edge in my voice. Regardless of the caller's situation, the original report was of a child trapped in a closet, possibly endangered. Mr. Collins says he has a son. You need to check on that child. 10-4, dispatch. Mr. Collins confirms he has a 7-year-old son, Leo. Says he's asleep upstairs. Ask if you can see the child, just to confirm his safety, given the nature of the call. There was a pause. I heard muffled conversation, Miller speaking to Collins. Then Miller returned, his voice tense. Dispatch, man refuses. Says the kid's fine. Doesn't want to wake him up. He's starting to get defensive. Eleanor, I whispered into the phone, are you still there? A faint, broken breath came through. I don't understand what's happening. 214, reiterate that due to the specific nature of this report, we need to see the child. This is a welfare check. Training kicked in. We had cause for concern. Muted voices again. Then Miller's tone sharpened, urgent. Dispatch, the man's refusing cooperation. Blocking entry, he's raising his voice. Then an abrupt shift. Wait, dispatch, did you hear that? What did you hear? 214. A sound, upstairs. Faint, like crying or something hitting the floor. My heart clenched. Eleanor, I said quickly, the closet, you heard the knocking from what room is it in? The master bedroom, she whispered. Upstairs, end of the hallway. 214, original report specified the master bedroom closet upstairs. Was that the direction of the sound? Affirmative, dispatch. Definitely upstairs. The subject is now physically obstructing entry. Partner is moving in to restrain him. The line with Eleanor was still open. I could hear her breathing, shaky, panicked. It was like listening to someone drowning. Then chaos erupted over the radio, shouting, "Sir, step back. Police, don't resist." Scuffling sounds. My pulse thundered in my ears. I gripped the phone tighter. Dispatch, we're making entry to check on the child. Miller's voice was taut with urgency. Suspect is not... I heard boots pounding against stairs. Officers moving fast. Upstairs, check the rooms. Eleanor began to moan softly now. They're in my house, but they can't see me. Robert, what's happening to me, Robert? I ask for a status update, my voice sharper now. We're checking rooms. Master bedrooms at the end of the hall. The doors closed. A beat, locked. Eleanor, did you lock the bedroom door when you left? Yes, I locked it, she stammered. 214, Caller confirms she locked the door. Understood. Dispatch. Will breach if needed. I heard them yelling. Police resident opened the door. Silence, then a crash. Another. The sound of the door giving way. We're in, Miller shouted. The closet, it's shut. Oh God, dispatch, we have him. The child's in the closet, alive, conscious, but terrified. Young boy matches the description. A surge of pure relief hit me like a wave, nearly knocked the breath from my lungs. He was real. The boy was real. They found him. Arthur Collins was in serious trouble now. But the other part came crashing back. Eleanor, Eleanor, I said hoarsely. They found the child. Little Leo, he's safe. He's with them now. Her response was a whisper of disbelief, barely audible. Leo, his name was Leo. He was real. Yes, Eleanor, he was real. But the officers, they still can't see you. Mr. Collins insists you're not there. Eleanor, where are you now? In the house. A long, trembling sigh. I was in the living room, by the window, but when they came in, they walked right past me, right through where I was standing. Her voice was full of a horror I could almost feel crystallizing. They didn't see me. No one saw me. Eleanor, I had no words. What could I possibly say? The closet, the master bedroom. That's where I heard him so clearly. I spent so much time in that room after Robert. Her voice trailed off. Then a new kind of dread entered, colder, heavier. If Mr. Collins bought the house 3 years ago from Robert's estate, and Robert died, then when did I die? The question hung in the air like a blade, slicing into the marrow of my bones. I had no answer. The emergency operator's manual didn't have a page for this. No, I don't feel anything, she whispered, voice thinner now, like it was being eaten away. It's like I'm fading. I can't see the room clearly anymore. It's cold. Eleanor, Eleanor, stay with me. Can you tell me something else? Can you describe anything around you right now? My professional instincts were useless. I was clutching at smoke. Her voice was barely breath, just darkness and wind, so much wind. Then a soft click. The line went dead. Eleanor, I shouted into the receiver. Eleanor, static. My hand was shaking as I hit redial on the incoming number. It rang once, twice, then connected, but there was no voice. Just a sound, a faint hollow whistle, like wind pushing through a cracked window, or the mouth of an empty bottle. It was a sound I'd heard before on bad lines, but this wasn't that. This was different. It felt empty, lonely. I listened for a full minute, heart pounding, cold sweat gathering on my forehead. The sound didn't change, just the same soft wind. I hung up. The officers were dealing with Collins now, calling an ambulance for Leo. The immediate crisis was over. The child was safe. That's what mattered. That's what I told myself. But Eleanor? I searched the number in our system again. It was a landline, registered to 1427 Hawthorne Street, active for over 20 years, under the names of Robert and Eleanor Vance. Maybe it was disconnected after the estate sale, but somehow she called from it, or through it. The report I filed was careful, focused on the tangible, the call, the suspected child endangerment, the successful rescue. I left out the parts about Eleanor's presence, her realization, her fading. Who would believe it? They'd send me for an evaluation. Maybe they should, but I know what I heard. I know how real her fear was. And I know that whatever she was, she saved that boy's life. She reached across whatever divides us from what she's become, and she made us listen. I still work the midnight shift. The calls still come. But now, sometimes, when there's a strange silence on the line, or a whisper I can't quite understand, I feel a different kind of chill. I think of Eleanor Vance, and the hollow wind on the other end.